Hey guys, Chris the Vulgar Gamer here. So today I kind of wanted to touch a little bit on something that I covered in my very first bullshit video, and that is game shops. And the original video, my very first one, I bitched and complained about a specific game shop, specifically Cosmic Castle in Roanoke, Virginia. And I just said, how awful a store this thing was, how shitty their customer service was, etc., etc. Lo and behold, I'm not sure if I've actually shared this, I can't recall, but the store is actually out of business. And this weekend, I was going to a Dungeons and Dragons game with my girlfriend, and we're driving down the street, and I look in the rearview mirror, and there's this plume of smoke. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, something must be on fire. So we get to the game, and everybody else gets there, all the other players. And they're like, hey, did you hear about the Collector's Lair? And you're like, what's going on? Is that what's on fire? And they're like, oh yeah, that's blazing up. It's a smoldering ruin of ash and D&D books. Now let me tell you about the Collector's Lair. The Collector's Lair is a local to the city that I live in, a local shop that specializes in shit. They consider themselves a hobby gaming store, but they had a little bit of everything. Half of their stock was used. Some of it was in decent condition. Some of it was in really poor condition. The store itself was just fucking nasty. If you've ever seen any of the Hoarders shows, that's what the store looked like. Maybe not to that extreme of a degree, but it was very difficult to walk around. There was stock on the floor, products. It was just depressing. And a lot of times my buddies and I have talked about like how cool it would be, and fantasizing, of course, how cool it would be to run our own gaming store. We love playing games, we love playing Dungeons and Dragons and Pathfinder and Warhammer and blah 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 blah. So I kind of asked two of my buddies, Sean and James. They are veterans of Landcast way back when, the Geeked Out podcast, great friends of mine, and I asked them, let's talk a little bit about what it takes to run a gaming store. And I said, what does a store need to have? And the very first thing, space to play. And the Collector's Lair did not have this. There was so much shit everywhere. With space to play, you have, as a gamer, somewhere to go. Kind of this default location that, shit, we want to play, Pathfinder this weekend, but, for whatever reason, we can't do it at my house. Let's go down to, that whatever gaming store. You build loyal customers that way, and then they want to, in turn, buy more stuff. I mean, they're right there at the store, right? The second thing, organized shelves. The Collector's Lair, like I said, was awful. It was like the Tasmanian devil just spun around a tornado in this place. It was awful. Definitely organization, in a way that makes sense. Gamers, I get it. We're not the most organized people, stereotypically, but we do like a little bit of order. Big one for me, new stock. James and I had gone to the Collector's Lair way back to pick up, I want to say, dice for Dungeons and Dragons, and they literally had a Ziploc bag full of assorted dice. And they were, like I said, assorted, every different color and, speckled and, pips and, etc. And it's just, what the fuck? Like, you can't have new stock. During the first bullshit episode, I mentioned that Cosmic Castle in Roanoke didn't have dice that we wanted. And that seems pretty standard for a gaming store. You got to have stock. We want to buy things. We want to buy the new books, want to buy extra dice, all that good stuff. Knowledgeable employees. When we went to this place, the Collector's Lair, we would ask him, hey, such and such supplement came out for Dungeons and Dragons 4th edition. Do you guys have it? Do you know when you're going to get it in? What's that? come on, man. Like, you're selling the product, you gotta know what you're selling, right? Um, Knowledgeable employees, they breed happy customers. If I know that Bill, this store employee knows what he's talking about, I'm gonna feel comfortable going to him and be like, Bill, I got a question about this, or like, how does this play compared to what I've played in the past, etc. Just you feel comfortable in the store. You got to have a friendly and clean staff. Stereotypically, your gamer, your game hobby store, they're kind of nasty. And in Cosmic Castle, this was exactly the case. Just unkept beard, if they even shaved, any bit of facial hair at all. Just nasty, nasty folks. And it's just, you need to be clean. You're out there in the public. I need an employee who is not a typical gamer. What I mean by that is someone who's not like, oh my god, it's a girl. Ugh. Because you know what? Girls play the game. In my Dungeons & Dragons game, there are 2 females that play, and they play very well. Hygiene is important. It all comes down to having a clean person that's interacting with you. Sufficient parking. I'll tell you that Cosmic Castle, this was a huge annoyance for me, is the 3 or 4 spots to park on the side of the building. Big one for running a store is you have to run demos. There's a lot of game systems out there, and a lot of them are very expensive. Gamers want to kind of get a feel for what they're going to buy. If I'm going to spend $50 on a book, I kind of want to see it in action first, right? Plus, once I get a feel, it kind of helps me make that decision of, yeah, I like that Pathfinder game. I'll go ahead and pick up the core rule book. Hours. This is really bad for, I'm trying to remember the name of it. There's another store in town, Untamed Worlds, I want to say it is. And in this one, they close on Sundays, and that's fucking dumb. You got to be open late on the weekdays, and you have to be open throughout the weekend. Look, gamers love to game during the weekend, late at night. That's what we love doing. You got to be open. And your equipment, I'm talking specifically to you, Cosmic Castle. You have to have up-to-date equipment, stuff that, I don't need you to look online for dice. I need you to, pull up some kind of system on your computer and tell me you do or don't have dice. It's fucking 2013. You should have inventory somewhere. So just, like I said, this is a quick run through, kind of a little bit of, run in my mouth about what a game store needs. It sucks that the Collector's Lair, I can't even think of the name, I'm trying to burn it out of my memory. Burn down, I hope for the best for these people. But your store was shitty. I'm sorry. If you like this, then hopefully you do, even though it was a little bit of rambling, as usual. Give the video a like button somewhere on there. You can subscribe with that subscribe button. Comments are always welcome. Tell me how much I suck, if I don't suck, etc. Ideas are welcome. Follow me on Twitter, @TheVulgarGamer. Or you can check out www.thevulgargamer.com.